Alright, boys and girls, we got a box. That's always a good thing when we have boxes, so let's see what's in the box. I talked about it a little bit before. Got this guy here, and we got a box in a box. I know what it is, but... So this is the front slip yoke that I'll be using for the transmission. So this is for a 1350 series U-joint, but I also got this little guy here. This is a little bit different. Decided to pick up a new one and ended up getting this on eBay with that. So this is actually 1350 to 1330 I guess adapter U-joint. It kind of puts the two different styles together to go from the 2000 Ranger drive shaft to the 4L80 transmission. So I ended up finding a place on eBay pretty close to here that ended up making me like a custom auction with this thing, and this will be exactly what I need now. So now I'm going to rip the drive shaft out of the truck and start getting that thing set up, and I'll be able to throw it in here. I think the first thing I'm going to want to do is actually just take this slip yoke and make sure that it fits, because I'd hate to go through all that work of setting up the drive shaft and then it doesn't end up fitting. So well, looks like it works. Hopefully I don't kick the camera. That one came loose. We got two of them loose. So I think what I may do is lift the back end up so I can spin the wheels freely. Then I'll just be able to rotate the drive shaft around to be able to get each one in this position. Probably lower it back down for some grip on the floor, and then just do the same thing. Alright, so I do have the truck jacked up now. You can see the jack over there. So what I'm going to do is put the truck in neutral. I'll rotate the drive shaft, then pop it back into park. Truck should be in neutral, so I should be able to rotate this around. I should. Alright, so now that nut is bolt is where I want it. These are loose. This one's tight, so I'm going to put it back into park so it doesn't spin. Alright, so I rotated again. I heard the click on the transmission, so now it's locked into park. Try that again. That one was the that one was the bolt. There we go. So now that one's loose. Neutral. Just using the wheel now to spin it. Get that bolt where I want it. Yeah, that was a little tricky. Thought I was gonna have to use some heat on it or something, but ended up getting it. Really helped a lot lifting the back end up to rotate it like that. And then I didn't need to lower the back end back down. I can just use the transmission locked into gear like you saw. Alright, so now all four are loose. Now how much of a bastard is this going to be to actually get this off of here? Let's try to do something fun once. Let's make it entertaining. Put the e-brake on and then try to crack that drive shaft loose. Well, it looks like it came loose. Maybe that wasn't a great idea, but I said we'd make it entertaining. Pull straight back. go. This thing's pretty damn light. I mean, this is it's a really nice shaft. Really big shaft. It's really nice. Essentially, I'm just going to be replacing this U-joint. This is the 1330 series hole. And then take this off. And then the 1350 slip yoke will go on the front. And then I'll just insert shaft. My son likes to crush cans with this thing, so I know he was playing with it and lost that thing. So this is basically junk now. So I'm doing it the hard way. Use a little bit of heat. And I'm just kind of hammering it out. I did heat up this end a little bit here. And I'm just kind of hammering on the slip yoke. And it's just about to come out, so I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. Got this kind of propped up here. Let's see, it's just about to come out. I was using also a socket. Now that this is out far enough, I can probably put the socket on it. Oh, yeah. I was probably hammering way longer than I needed to. So there it just popped out. So now I should be able to almost shimmy this bitch enough to get it out of there. Alright, so now I got it out just enough so the U-joint will actually pop out. There we go. So now we have an issue. So there's one bearing that shifted out of place. So now I'm going to spend the next 6.5 hours trying to get this lined up. I'll try to go this way, so I'll shift the bearings. That seems okay. Seems to be okay. Can't find my needle nose, so I'm using a wire snipper. Alright, I heard it click in, so that's good. Got all the retaining rings in. Got some good pivot action. It seems like it's a little bit tight, maybe because of those rubber bushings, but I think she feels pretty good. Insert shaft. I'm going to take the slip yoke, just kind of clean it off a little bit. Just in case I think it might have touched the ground, but I got to go up around over this cross member. I'm glad this isn't heavy. Alright, got all 4 threaded now. Shaft inserted. Kind of sticking out a little far, a little farther out of the transmission than I would have liked, but pretty sure I still have good spline engagement, so should be okay. If not, it falls apart. And then we can figure it out later. Alright, well there she is. Drive shaft in. It's sticking out a little bit far from the transmission, but I did measure it and it's sticking out about the same distance that it was on the white truck, but it did have the dampener on it, so it looked shorter. But the white truck stuck out about 2 3/4. That one's at about 2 1/2. So we'll see how it goes. We'll wing it and we'll see what happens. But other than that, it's in, done. All right, drive shaft is in. Yeah, like I said, this is where the other one was. Tail shaft to transmission, and from here to here, it's about almost 3 inches. So, and I have less overlap on this one, less spline overlap on this one than I do on the other one. So I should be fine, but we'll see how it goes. If not, down the road we'll get a different drive shaft. So that's in. It's like midnight right now, so I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up. I have off tomorrow, so I will be able to spend the whole day just working on getting the wire harness hooked up, and that's really all that's left besides the shifter linkage. So as long as I can put it in park, I can at least maybe try to fire it tomorrow once I get fluids. So not promising anything, but we'll get there.